Hi, welcome back to the farm. My name's Roz, also known as Passion Flower, and you'll find me here each week talking about my farming and creative life. This is going to be my last episode for the year. My plan is to take a few weeks off and then to begin recording again in the first week of January. So Sunday, the 7th of January will be when my next update will come out. Over my holidays, I am planning to take lots of video and notes and photos so that I can share what I do with you over my summer break. But I thought that this year I would take a bit of an extended break just to enjoy a little bit of time off. So I hope that you all have a wonderful, safe, happy, crafty Christmas and New Year. And a huge, massive thank you to all of you who have supported me here on YouTube and at markets and through my shop. I really do appreciate it. So thank you so much for all of your support and for providing me with inspiration with what you create with my yarn. So what have I been up to this week? Well, it's actually been really hot again, like hot. So there hasn't been a ton of opportunity to do things outside, but there was one day that was a little bit overcast. It was terribly humid, but it wasn't sunny, so it wasn't like absolutely belting down heat. So I was able to get the mulch spread out here at the shed. Adam got the tractor and used the bucket on the front and dropped piles around in different spots so that I was then able to spread it, which was so much easier than having to fill wheelbarrows and push it over here and dump it and do loads and loads like that and then spread it out. So it was basically just the spreading, which was hard work given the heat, but it is done now and it looks great. It's amazing how fresh and clean it looks. So now we just need to make sure we keep up the maintenance of the weeds. And it's now really obvious that there's a big bare spot where nothing has been able to grow. We've tried lots of things there, but they just keep dying. I think it's either getting too much water during winter or not enough water the rest of the year. So I have trimmed the nasturtium, and what I've done is I've laid a whole lot of them with their seed pods down on the ground, and then I put the mulch over the top. So I'm hoping that those seeds will germinate and that the nasturtiums will take over there, and that will be a really nice ground cover, and it's something that the sheep can eat, and it will start to provide a bit of coverage in that area. So then maybe we can plant some other bigger shrubs that are going to come out from there once we've finally got something established. We've moved the sheep back into the clothesline area, so they're not in with the chickens anymore because they started to get a little bit of a taste for the citrus trees. Seriously, my sheep and trees. So the ones that we had put the barricades around seemed to be fine, but we only did like the smaller fruit trees, not the more well-established citrus trees. And they just started to strip the leaves off them. So we decided that it is now time to move them out of there again before they go completely crazy and kill those trees as well. So they're in where they were to begin with over in that area under the clothesline and in another yard. And there is plenty of shade and water, and there is still grass in there too. But I think I will be having to supplement them with hay over the next few weeks as that grass dries out, just to keep them interested and fed. I mean, they're very healthy and very fat, and they have plenty of hay, but I know that they're going to try and get into the other areas, especially as there's green grass in where they were. And they will do their very best to try and break that fence because we've had to repair that one once already. And today we have the hay cutter here. He has started out in the paddock. So we're going to get our 3 main paddocks cut and baled. So that is really exciting. We had to do a little bit of animal shuffling in order to make sure that all worked. We've opened up all of the gates so that he can get his tractor through all of that area without having to open and close gates and have to worry about animals. So we've moved the horses into the stock run and the cows into the horse paddock. We were thinking about putting them into the sheep paddock, but we want to try and preserve that and get that grass up again so we can move them back once we get into January. So yeah, so there's been a little bit of a shuffle, and once we've got the the hay baled, then the cows can go back into one of the big paddocks again, because they really do love that open space and to be able to stand in the dams. Although there is a dam in the horse paddock as well, so I'm sure that they will, on these hot days, get into that water as well. My online shop is now in holiday mode, and I'm actually going to try and do some maintenance on it at the moment. So if you can't access my website right now, that is why. My plan is to reopen just before New Year's, and everything should be refreshed and ready to go then. In holiday mode, it should show you the yarn, but you won't be able to purchase it. So at least you can have a look and see what's there, and then come back once the shop reopens. There will be a date listed there, so you will know when you will be able to buy again. I did do a little bit of dyeing this week. I've had a request a while ago now, and I haven't been able to get around to it, for a black and white yarn. So I had figured out the best way I thought to do that. So it's mainly black with a little bit of white, and here it is skeined up. And here it is in the ball. I'm quite happy with it. It's kind of got some grey because it kind of bled through a little bit, the colour into the white sections, but I'm actually quite happy with that. I had to use quite a lot of black dye to get that saturation of colour. So I'm not sure if this is going to be up in the shop or not, but I just wanted to play around with getting that colour done. Not a lot of crafting this week because it has been super warm. At Unwind Craft Cafe Christmas party wine and cheese this past week, I did just weave in the ends of my comfy jumper, so it is ready to block now. And I also wove in the ends of the 2 at a time stripy socks that I just finished. So they are completely done, all woven in and ready to gift. So they will be gifted this weekend. I haven't cast on another pair of socks yet. I'm not sure what yarn I want to use. I'm trying to decide whether I do a self-striping pair and make them match up, or whether I just grab another single skein out of my stash. So there will be socks back on the needles very shortly, but I'm just taking a little break from them. What I did do is cast on the Big Blue, the shawl I talked about last week that I am planning to knit over my summer holiday. It's a fairly simple garter stitch shawl, and so I've started the very top there with the garter tab cast on, and I've done maybe 8-10 rows, and it's just a fairly simple repeat, so it's going to be nice and easy to be just sitting and not really thinking about much and get it done. And it's the Fiore gradient yarn, which is kind of barfed out the back. So I decided to start with the light pink and work my way out to the purple. So the purple will be the border and the edge, and this will be the very top. It's really pretty. I've got the tag for the yarn too. So it is called Purple Rain, the yarn, and it is Fiore. It's 100% extra fine merino. It's machine washable, and it's 200 grams. So it's 430 meters of yarn, and it's called, Purple Rain. And the pattern is called the Big Blue by Meg Gadsby, also known as Atelier Yarn. Well, that's it for another week. Thanks for spending some time with me. If you're enjoying these videos, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel, and look forward to seeing you in the new year on the farm. Bye.